Guys, what up, man? It's your main man here. It's the kid, Double H, trying to live, trying to survive, man. I thought we had to bring the meal. We had to bring the meal, man. So, as you can see here, this is a post-match analysis of just what went down. So, come, sit down, chill. Wow. And just make yourselves fully comfortable, man. Guys, what up here? And we're going to talk about Spurs. We're going to talk about Dortmund and how they are losers. And we're going to talk a bit about Liverpool. We have to. The hell? Let's see. I've got my meal here. I've got my malt. Always carry with you a cold super malt with you. It's very important. Cheers. Spurs are beating Ajax. That's the first thing I was telling you. Because I will get to Origi. Trust me. I'm going to build up to Origi and what they did, and also to more, because that Newcastle game gave me a newfound respect for Rafa Benitez. Benitez has to be shown a lot more respect. Yeah, look, bro, it's what it is, man. Let me brew with you. Spurs are beating Ajax. You have to. The only reason with which they are, the only way to explain why they've lost like their last 3 games, guys getting sent off, is because somehow, some way, these guys truly believe that they have a master plan to defeat Ajax on Wednesday. And I've always been reminding you people that don't assume. Never assume. So I really believe that something's going to happen. So for Tottenham, that's why I'm shocked by their recent form. It makes no sense. And to go down, if I don't care about it, to go down to Bournemouth is crazy. But this is what I tweeted out. Don't blame Poch. You can blame the players, maybe somewhat. Don't blame Poch, because people will say, okay, he didn't sign players, didn't bring players in, but these guys, Dele Alli, Son, Eriksen, are still better than these people. These dudes are tired. Because if you don't have a squad and you don't have players to bring in, what else can you do? So the person you have to blame and you have to criticize is Levy. Levy is your freaking issue. He's the issue. He is the reason Tottenham are in this situation. Now, if Tottenham failed to make the Champions League, if they fail to win the Champions League, because I still feel they have an outside chance. If they fail to win the Champions League, and if these guys drop out of the top 4, I'm inducting the badge, for sure. I am. Like, that is 2 losers. I have to induct the badge. If that's what, then I have to fully induct that badge. So, let me just speak very briefly about Dortmund right now before I get to Liverpool. So Dortmund are done because obviously I was in the office, I was doing my day job, so I didn't really have time to look at the Bundesliga matches. But I was keeping abreast of the Bayern game when I was in the office, and I believe they ended up winning 2-0. So Dortmund are now done. So they're now screwed, I suppose, because that's what's happening. Yo, super chats from CFC Anush. Remember, guys, I always look at the super chats. So, before I look at the super chat from CFC Anush, Favre, bro, you were 9 points ahead and they ended up losing to the league. You were 9 points ahead, and you really end up losing the league. That's been 9 points ahead. Like, I don't know how Dortmund recover from this. I don't know how. I don't know how, in what way that they really recover, because that is just loserish. That is playing 100% loserish material. I mean, how? Why? How is this possible? How on earth is it possible to feel like that? Sad, because I just wanted, because I'm such a fan of Marco Reus, I think that Marco Reus is one of the best players in his position. I thought it would have been a great story, and it would have been amazing just to see him be able to ride out sick man. No, look, it would have been great. It would have been great for him to ride out, man, winning the Bundesliga, but it didn't happen. So, from CFC Anush, Hazard's last home Premier League game. I'm going to cry. CFC Anush. Zad, look, as I said again, Zad is going to Real Madrid. It has to happen. Any Chelsea fan that insults or begrudges him should be punched in the face, because this guy has given everything and more for Chelsea. So yeah, man, this is going to be his last home game, because Chelsea's last game of the season will be away from home. And yeah, man, I do feel this will be very emotional, because what an impact he has made. Again, not the same as Drogba, but I would argue that, see, Zola was always my favorite. Zola was the reason why, I was with Chelsea. But I would argue that, Zad may be the second most impactful Chelsea player. Because Lampard may have scored all those goals. Lampard was not what Zad has done for the Chelsea team. But let's just see what happens. Hopefully it's a good science. But yeah, man, Anuj, man, it's going to be sad, because Zad has definitely been one of the best, most skilled, talented players that the Premier League has ever seen. So let's talk Liverpool. Two things. First thing is this. Character. When King Emperor Mo went down and he got brought up injured, and Newcastle began to hustle those boys, I feared for Liverpool. I felt that Liverpool would not be able to have the mental strength and fortitude to be able to react. And I thought that it would either end up being a draw, or Newcastle would land the killer blow and would beat them, as Newcastle did, beating Man City. I just thought that they would fold. So Liverpool's character, I thought, was very impressive, because this was a very complicated. This was a game that they controlled. It looked like if they would be easing to victory, and very rapidly they lost control. Very rapidly, they just totally lost control of the game. And guys, let's give a shout out to Rafa Benitez. Rafa Benitez is one of the best coaches in the world. He's one of the best coaches, managers in the world. Because the only club in which it didn't work out for him was Inter Milan. And maybe we could argue Real Madrid, but what he did with Valencia, those two league titles, what he did with Liverpool, and what he did with Chelsea, and now what he's doing with Newcastle, I think it's just amazing management. As in, based on the resources that he has to his disposal, I just think it's amazing management. And that Jose Perez, what a player. What an amazing player that guy is. And I think Richie Boyd, Perez especially, that guy has some damn skill. So I just felt that for Liverpool, I just thought it was a game in which Liverpool had to show the different senses of themselves, because at first their talented superiority won them through. 1-0 up, they got paid back 1-1. Great goal by Van Dijk. Then they got torn up, a very well worked goal by Salah, amazing back by Sturridge, good cross by Arnold, good goal by Salah, and they just seemed as if Liverpool would then control the texture of the game, and you really saw how they were creating openings against Newcastle, and they were settling into their rhythm and their style of play. And I was saying to myself, man, why couldn't Liverpool play this way against West Ham away and against Leicester City at home? Because if they played this in this manner, man, they would have beaten West Ham and Leicester City, and they'd be sitting on the top of the Premier League table. But again, hindsight is 2020, or whatever the saying is. But I think when it got to 2-2, second half, and Rondon, literally before Rondon scored that goal, he was about to get into the Brigade Academy. So when that happened, you now saw the texture of the game change, because I think Liverpool felt in their minds, we can cruise to victory 1-1 up. We will either get 3-1 or just ease it out at 2-1. But it didn't happen. So they got pegged back. And I think things really changed when because again, for Liverpool, they were coming through, and I thought they would eventually find a way of cracking them with the players. But then when Mo went down, I was like, whoa. Speaking of which, how bad are head injuries? Let me answer this. So just in the chat below, tell me, how bad are head injuries, and is Mo out for Tuesday? Are head injuries really that's bad? Super chats from Safety. And remember, guys, if to help support the Football Hut, support your boy HH, and to get a shout out and your question read or your comments read, just hit the super chat. It's very simple. They click on the $sign in the chat window and then choose the amount you want to donate to your boy HH Football Hut, and then I'll be able to see your highlighted message, and I will be able to give you a shout out and respond to your question and your comment. So from CFC Anush, thank you for your $1.99 super chats. There's still a possibility that Hazard stays. I'm praying. Not that there's not. There isn't. Hazard isn't staying. I think if Hazard stays, great for Chelsea, but it would show that he's a loser. Because I think Zad, he's too good. He is too good for he's too good for the team. And he needs to test himself at a higher level. So when Mo went down, right. So when Salah went down, I was like, wow, because he was down for ages, and this is why I always talk about footballing mentality and footballing psychology. So my thing is, will Liverpool fold? Because when he got brought off, and I think Origi came on, Newcastle dominated. Newcastle went on the attack. Liverpool lost their head. Passes went astray. They lost their rhythm. They lost their flow. They lost their concentration. They were disorganized, and he saw Klopp at the point saying, calm down, chill, compose yourselves. And this just seemed that either Newcastle would score or it would remain 2-2. This is how Liverpool drop points. So the narrative would be their main star Salah goes down, Liverpool drop points. But character. Shouts to Origi. Same dude who scored the literal last minute, with the help of Pickford, of course, last minute winning goal against Everton in that derby game. Maybe he could have been used a lot more in the game at the top of his home ground. And yet again, because this is the definition of clutch. Whenever you're in these situations in football, forget your rhythm, forget your strategy, forget your ethos, forget your philosophy. Because when you're in the trenches, it's about putting the ball in the net by any means necessary. And that is what Origi understood. He understood that I just need to get that ball inside that net by any means necessary. And people can say, okay, he hit the guy in the head and everything. At the end of the day, he put himself in the position and he engineered the connection to the ball that led to the goal, and that's all that matters. So I think overall, for Liverpool, it was a great win based on the circumstance. Because I know what a lot of those Liverpool fans, those players would have been thinking when they saw Salah go down. And this is our star man, our star striker, a guy who may end up not becoming the top scorer. How would that affect us? And mental strength, that's what you need, baby. Is not good enough by just being good. Being good isn't good enough. That's it. That's the same. That's a bar. Say it. Being good isn't good enough. You need this. You need that strength. You need that mentality. You need that psychology. You need that full psychology. You need that full psychology. You know what I'm saying? But guys, man, you have to give credit to it. Like Newcastle, see, this shows that Rafa Benitez couldn't give a crap about helping Liverpool. This just shows that for Rafa Benitez, he has a job to do, and he did his job very well because Newcastle puts pressure on those boys. Newcastle put pressure on those boys, and Newcastle, they played some amazing stuff. For me, one of the best players on the pitch, perhaps probably the best player on the pitch for me was Perez. Like, Perez, I thought was completely outstanding. For Liverpool, man, look, man, I think the midfield was definitely missing Navigator, I would say. I would definitely say that they were definitely missing the thrust of Navigator and what he brings in that midfield, because it seems as if in recent weeks he's really been forming an understanding of the team. And Storage wasn't bad. Because I know that the front three rely upon Firmino's movement and his understanding, but Storage wasn't bad. And coming off to Tuesday, he could be useful. Now, is Salah fully out on Tuesday? I want to know. Look. So he has 22 goals. So is that 22 league goals or 22 goals in all competitions? Because if it's 22 Premier League goals, yeah, man. Look, I said he was a one-season wonder, man. That was my thought. That was my belief that the guy was a one-season wonder. But maybe I was wrong. You know. Again, I told you guys, whenever I say these things, it's never personal. It's never ever personal. So wow, 22 league goals. So yeah, look. I mean, for me, if Salah ends up being back-to-back top goal scorer in the Premier League, I think that for me is an outstanding achievement. Because look, I thought he was a one-season wonder. I thought the guy was a pace merchant. I thought he was limited. So look, I think that in itself is commendable. I still don't think he's as accomplished or as good a footballer as Mane is. I still don't think he's a top 3, top 4, top 5 player, top 7, or top 8 player in the world. But as far as just a pure finisher, I think he's definitely one of the best in the world, for sure. He's as a pure cold-blooded finisher, I think he's definitely one of the best in the world. But let's just be real. Okay, so you guys are saying that he's not going to be ready for Tuesday. How bad is a head injury? Because I thought it's just a slight concussion. And if it's just a slight concussion and they find out that nothing is damaged, isn't it a case of like a few weeks? Oh, no, not a few, like a day or so? Like 1 or 2 days? That's just what I thought, man. But yeah, so look, man. Top 4 race, man. You know what? I think Tottenham, I still believe, will get top 4, 100%. Despite them losing all these games, drawing all these games, because they believe that they will win the Champions League. Because I think Tottenham believe it's their destiny. So maybe Pochettino knows something that we don't know. So for United, I strongly doubt that United are going to get that top 4 spot. But Chelsea are in the driving seats now. But for Chelsea, huge. Because Thursday is very important. Because let me be real with you guys right now. If Chelsea play on Sunday and Kante gets injured or Zad gets injured, I'd be very angry. That Europa League is very important. That Europa League is very, very important. So, so this is just so looking. So don't just get the games for tomorrow. So Barca rested all of their players. I take it. So Huddersfield Town United. That's the 2 p.m. game. You see, Arsenal are lucky because Arsenal are playing Brighton. Cardiff have been already confirmed to have been relegated. So boom, unlucky for those guys. Chelsea up against Watford. So Chelsea against Watford, and that is the home game. Do you play a full strength team? Do you play a full strength team against Watford, knowing of the humongous game on Thursday? Because Thursday still hangs in the balance. Because obviously you've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days rest, which is cool. Not ideal, but it is cooler. Don't worry, guys. I see these comments. I will comment on that. Don't worry. That is not ideal, but so you guys, so people are saying play full strength team. So okay, if you play a full strength team, what if if you play a full strength team, then what? Say, HH, I saw someone behind you. Well, I don't think there is, man. Unless it's a cat. Maybe it's yeah. I think it might be the effect of the camera. So how long is the ooze out for? Yeah. It's okay. I think because you can see the blue lines, man. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. I can see. Yeah. Three weeks. Wow. That is crazy, man. 3 weeks. That is absolutely insane. That's absolutely insane, man. Oh no. Yeah. No, because basically the blue lines is what tells me that things are focused, man. That's what just tells you that things are pretty much focused on the whole thing. So CFC Anuj, okay, yeah, thanks, man. Because look, I said it again. So it says still, yeah, I will try and stay for the hour. Sure, I'll definitely try and stay for the hour. Let me see, because basically the thing with this camera is, bro, let me be real with you. Guys, I am suffering from it. It's just that I'm doing this because I do this for the love of the people, but I am definitely suffering from a lack of sleep. I won't lie, man, because I have to film the previews on Sunday. On Monday, I've got the talking tactics as well, because this is a huge. So basically, I've got to basically film all of the previews, the Europa League and the Champions League on the Sunday, which is it's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be fully crazy indeed, man. Del. So I'm trying to see, how do I remove these blue lines, guys? Bear with me. I'm trying to see how I can remove these blue lines, bro. I didn't know this, because these blue lines look like I'm in the Matrix. All right, bear with me. What the hell? Okay, no. Okay, wait. What the hell? All right, okay. Alright, look, man. What about Uncle Kumu, man? No, I am not inducting my flipping G7. Well, I'm coming. I need to get my charger. I'll be back, guys. I need to just get my charger. I'll be back. I need to get my charger. So bear with me as I change lenses, guys. Bear with your boy. Bear with your boy. I am just going to do a little trick here, man. Bear with me. Don't worry, guys. Don't panic. Don't panic. Everything will be A-okay. Presto. All right. Aha. The hell? Don't worry, I'm just trying to sort out this whole. Just bear with your boy. Alright, okay. Okay. This is put my camera on the review. So hopefully those okay. Okay, cool. Alright. Damn. That was crazy. So why are PSG still playing? I just want to know why the hell are PSG still, what's there to play for? And for Neymar, I mean, see, do you know, guys? I'll be real with you. Neymar is falling out of relevancy. That's just me. I feel Neymar is falling out of relevancy. But back to the top four race, I believe that it's going to be between Tottenham are definitely. It may be Tottenham Chelsea. I think when all is said and done, I think it's going to be Tottenham Chelsea that are going to be the ones that pretty much take it home. I think it's going to be Tottenham Chelsea. So guys, don't show respect to Uncle Mo. The kind of disrespect that Uncle Mo is getting on in this chat room is wrong. Uncle Mo is not sniffing Roma. Uncle Mo is not sniffing Roma. That is an insult to one of the goats. No offense to Roma. A goat doesn't manage Roma Football Club. That's not how it works. A goat doesn't manage Roma Football Club. So for me, I think Chelsea, you know what? I see Chelsea maybe drawing 2-2 with Watford. But I do believe that may hopefully just be enough for them to actually see them through. If United lose or draw against Huddersfield, then maybe sack Solskjaer. Maybe. I'm not just saying maybe. And Arsenal will beat Brighton because Brighton have already survived. I don't think Brighton have anything to really play for. I see Arsenal winning that game. So it just sort of complicates things in the league table. And you see, if Tottenham lose to Everton and if Arsenal win their last two games, then I think you'll see Arsenal-Chelsea going through, which will just be flipped insane. I'm not sure that Chelsea can beat Watford. That's the. I'm not sure that Chelsea can beat Watford. That's what I'm worried about. say what the hair is. The hair still? I mean, let's be real. Is the hair still relevant in for football? Like, we can't talk about De Gea as a top player. People say yes, we shouldn't forget what he's done and things that he's done before for the team. But screw that. Like, you can't make that kind of mistake in a Champions League game, bro. Yes, United were always going to lose. You cannot make that kind of mistake in the Champions League game. That's just flipping embarrassing. Remember, guys, use the super chats to help your boy. Remember, to use the super chat, click on the $sign where you chat and click an amount that you want to donate and help towards the football hut. Your donations help to keep this hut growing. It helps support me and helps to keep this football hut in a thriving entity, man. So, look, with regards, I admire what Liverpool are doing and how they are fighting for the Premier League, and it is admirable. And by Liverpool winning that game, I think it's a statement of like, you know what, if we're going to lose, at least we're going to take it to the last day of the season. For Man City, this is the difficult one. Because remember, Man City's final game is against Brighton away. Cardiff drew against Crystal Palace. Cardiff are now screwed. Cardiff are officially relegated. So therefore, Brighton in that game have nothing to play for. Remember, when Man City played against QPR in that crazy iconic game where Aguero scored the goal, QPR were still trying to play to stay up. But it's not the same in this instance. So this is a whole this is a whole different instance that we're seeing here. So that's where we're rolling at here. That is where we're rolling at here. We are trying to Leicester beats Man City. Let's be real. Leicester City did beat Man City. I expect City to beat them, but if there is a game in which City slip up, I think it is this one. But I think that Liverpool victory and the manner of them just puts a little bit of pressure onto Man City. But for City, they're at home. There is the Etihad. And I think psychologically for them, they know that if they win this, they're going to be playing against the 17th place team that have already survived. I mean, if you mess that up, man, I really don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say, man. Washington DC, thank you, bro, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the support from DC. So look, man. So remember, guys, Hangouts obviously drops on Sunday, and I just keep thinking, you know what? My mind is now casting towards the Europa League. Even if I don't want to just assume anything, if Salah is missing on Tuesday, that's a big loss. Because Salah would be very important for Liverpool to have the turnaround. I still think he can make it, but if Salah can't make it for Tuesday, I think Barcelona are in a great position to see this out. I think they're in a great position to see this out. And I think that is why you saw Salah react the way that he did when he got injured, because Salah, in his mind, was, damn it, Tuesday. He wasn't thinking about this game. He wasn't thinking about the other game. Because remember, Salah has come out and said that he wants to win the Champions League, that he would prefer to win the Champions League over the Premier League. The Premier League is for the fans. And he appreciates what the fans want, so he wants to win that as well. But if it was down to him, he wants to win the Champions League. And most players, especially players outside of England, not but in England, especially guys in the international realm, their dream is the Champions League. That is every young footballer's dream. So I think in his mind, Salah was like, damn it, I'm going to miss Tuesday. Because Salah was, that miss at the new camp would have haunted him. I know you got 22 Gs, it's amazing, it's huge. You missed from point blank range in Champions League game. That's huge. And Salah wanted to put it right on Tuesday. So that is going to be taken away from King Mo. That's deep. That is deep, man. Oh, look, you can use super chat from region. That's okay. That's fine, my bro. Even if you can use super chats, please enjoy enjoy the stream. We're all friends here, man. We're all friends here. So are we going to show love for Valverde? Because what I don't want, if Barcelona win the treble, people need to do a double space apology to Valverde, because this man has been vilified, he's been insulted, he's not been appreciated, he's been yapped. This guy was ripped open after the Roma game in the Champions League. Forget the fact that he won a La Liga title and the Champions League. Valverde was insulted, and I was the only one. Sorry, a La Liga and a Copa del Rey. Forget the fact that he won those two trophies. I was always on like, bro, this is his first season. This is his first season. So, what is the issue? Because Valverde has made Barcelona a far more tougher team, especially defensively. Like, the defensive performance in that first leg was outstanding. Now, let's see what they do at Anfield in the second leg. But the defensive performance that they did was... And I just think Barcelona right now are more tactical. Luis Enrique didn't do any tactics. Can we please stop giving Luis Enrique credit for that treble? Please, can we stop? It's really annoying. A loser, an ant, a pigeon, a child, a fetus could win a treble if you had Neymar, a pig cannibal, and Messi. So, can we please stop this narrative of, oh my gosh, look at what Luis Enrique did, look at what Luis Enrique did. That's a pile of crap. Luis Enrique had the best front three in club football history. Let me repeat that for you. Luis Enrique had the best front three in club football history. Anybody could have won with that. Luis Enrique deserves some credit because he did something. He deserves very little credit, but because you know what is proven? How well did Luis Enrique do? How well did he do for at Roma and in his previous jobs? As someone actually mentioned, Valverde actually did pretty well with Athletic Bilbao. He did pretty well with Athletic Bilbao. And he also did well, and he's also doing well with Barcelona. So let's just be real here. From Beard Klopt, $2 super chat. Thank you, bro. Much obliged. Thank you for the super chats, guys. You're helping support that your boy HH. If Mo is a GOAT, he should take Roma to win the Champions League. What's more impressive, winning the Champions League with Roma or winning the Champions League with FC Porto? He's already proven himself. Uncle Mo has already proven. That's why it's called Uncle Mo. Uncle Mo proved himself by winning the Champions League with FC Porto. Until Pep with the Champions League with FC Porto or the Premier League with Scunthorpe, Pep needs to bow down and show respect to Uncle Mo. That's just a fact. Okay, can we have the Javi Pirlo discussion now? Let's have a discussion because I'm getting destroyed on Twitter. I am. Xavi or Pirlo? Tell me. Down. I say Xavi or Pirlo? Who's more of a G? I'm going to look at some of the messages here. Ooh. Look at this clown. Pirlo into top 5 clown. Okay. Let me put it this way. Put Xavi in a system that's not a tiki-taka system. How good is he? Pirlo would change the dynamics of a game. This dude's passing range ranged from anywhere. 70, 40, 50 yards. Xavi was amazing. Amazing! A generational player. But Xavi was defined by the system he played in. He was great for the system. He was crucial to the system, but he was reliant on that system. Pirlo was not a systematic player. He wasn't. And the thing about Pirlo was he literally could take over an entire game. Xavi was a piece within a system, and his main function was to keep control of the tempo of the game. Pirlo was a dude that could play, make, and do crazy, incredible things. May I add that Pirlo had free kicks to his game? May I add that Pirlo had goals to his game? May I add that Pirlo also had shooting to his game? May I add that Pirlo also had dribbling to his game as well? Xavi was amazing. But there are simply levels. Xavi was, of course, he was amazing, but there are levels to this stuff. Xavi was not as good as Pirlo. Okay. Clown blocker. Clown blocker. Yeah, man. See, Iniesta is better than Xavi. Iniesta ends Pirlo. Sorry, bro. Yeah, Iniesta better than Xavi. Yeah. But Iniesta better than Pirlo? No. Sorry. Iniesta extremely good. See, for me, Spain's best player of all time is a toss-up between Iniesta and Raul. Between those two. Because for me, the reason why people will say Iniesta is because of how much he's won. Raul didn't have the kind of team that Iniesta's Barcelona had, and Raul just wasn't in the same Spanish team that Iniesta had. But I don't know how old some of you are. How many of you remember the 2002 World Cup? My God. I said, what? How many of you, okay, I want to just say how old you are. How many of you guys remember the 2002 World Cup? I just want to see how old people are. I don't know people, how many vividly remember the 2002 World Cup? Okay, that's a good shout. David Villa is a very good shout. See, for me, Villa for me is more about clutch. Not best, but just Villa was just very clutch for them. Oh, wow, man. Guys, I am old. I am old, man. See, in the 2002 World Cup, I needed to look at what Spain's team was like back then. Because Spain had one of the best teams at that World Cup. And you need to remember what happened to them and how they went out of that World Cup by one of the most disgraceful displays of refereeing that I think I've ever seen. So, 2002, Spain is the won that World Cup. Because that was a very, very very strong Spanish side. So people should not sleep on Raul. But again, I told you, I am going to do a video on Xavi. I am going to give Xavi his praise because Xavi was bloody amazing. The dude was bloody amazing. It's just that whenever Xavi's name comes out, people have to bring up Pirlo as well. But my thing about what makes you a great central midfielder is, can you operate in different systems? Can you operate in different conditions? Different players around you. Let's be real, the Spanish team was pretty much the Barcelona team. So Xavi playing for Spain and for Barcelona was pretty much playing in the same kind of system because it was pretty much the same players. Pirlo balled for Italy. Pirlo balled for I believe was it Empoli? Pirlo balled for Juventus. Pirlo balled for AC Milan. Three teams, three different problems. And all I say is this: please go and look at Pirlo's passing range and some of the passes that this guy did. Please look at some of the goals that he scored. That's what else. Please just look at some of his free kicks. So I ask. So it's all I ask of guys, man. I don't believe in the Illuminati, bro. Sorry. You see, for me, so I mean, look. Without Salah, it makes things very complex for Liverpool, man. But they have to believe, because I think this result, will give them a bit of belief, you know. And it's a game in which I think Origi should definitely feature. Maybe Origi should even start ahead of Sturridge, maybe. But I think for sure for Liverpool, and so you have to use these different things. See, if you're a club, you use very different things to really motivate yourself. And I think Klopp would say that, let us do this for Salah. Do this for it. Motivate yourself and really put him in your minds, because you've shown that you have the mental strength to come through adversity, which was, of course, this game and the events that happened in this game. Use the mental adversity and try and slay this behemoth that is Barcelona. Because Barcelona, let's be real, Barcelona are coming for the win. Barcelona are coming to beat Liverpool at Anfield. They're not coming to sit back. They're not coming to draw. They're coming to beat them. Barcelona want to beat them twice. You know, because this is a ruthless, mean, and very determined Barcelona side. This is one of the most determined Barcelona sides that I've ever seen. Speaking of that, guys, can we all agree that the worst swap deal of all time was Eto'o for Ibrahimovic? I will never ever stop talking about that. That has to be one of the worst swap deals of all time. Horrible. Absolutely horrible, man. Absolutely. Like, why would you swap Eto'o for Ibra? For what reason? Why? You know? Uncle Mo is top 3, bro. Yeah, we go. Joaquin, bro. Joaquin and Otsu was one of the best wingers in the world. He was one of the best wingers in the world. Yeah, man. Look, man. It is going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Liverpool to roll without Mo Salah. But guys, man, I mean, both minds, because on one mind, I'm like, it's Champions League nights, Anfield, that's atmosphere. But at the same time, Messi's on a mission. That's the thing. So even if Salah was playing, Messi is coming to collect this trophy. Like, when he grabbed the mic, I was like, look, he grabbed the mic. And I was sure that I was saying that as a joke, he grabbed the mic. But I think it's actually serious. I think Messi was like, we're coming to collect the trophy. And I am personally going to make it my mission to collect the trophy. So Messi is already dangerous enough as it is without being determined. So if you're going to give me a determined Messi, that's dangerous. And this is what I always said. I respect Ajax. I respect Tottenham. Barcelona are not losing a Champions League final. Specifically, if you make the mistake of allowing Lionel Messi to reach a Champions League final, it is scientifically impossible to beat him in a final. Now, if it's a Copa America final, World Cup final, that's different. It is impossible to defeat Messi's Barcelona in a Champions League final. There is no team on this planet that can defeat a Messi Barcelona in a Champions League final. It just can't happen. It's just impossible. So if they make the final, Ajax and Tottenham don't stand a chance. They don't. They don't stand a chance. So, but guys, look, man, I mean, what if, come Tuesday night, what if Liverpool do this? Like if Liverpool beats Barcelona without Salah, it would rank as one of the craziest ever turnarounds. From 3-0 down to turning this around without your main top goal scorer. I mean, my lord. Because this way, Tottenham did it against Man City. They were going in 1-0 up. That is slightly different. That is slightly different. Going in 1-0 up, man. So remember, guys, help support your boy with your super chats. Again, lots of comments through here. If you want your comments read, there is a burning question you want to ask. There's something you want me to get into. There's something that you want me to embellish. Use the super chat. Click on the $sign when you chat. The $sign is right in the chat window. Just click on the $sign and put the amount you want to super chat and help to support your boy HH. It would be very, very kind of you. And we have a super chat by Sir Dragoon. Sir Dragoon, thank you for your £5 super chat, bro. So he says, the Oos is injured again for the third time this season. Should they sell him? As continuous flopping, the Cannibal is aging and Messi is aging as well. No. Remember when Robin first arrived at Chelsea, he had the same issue of always getting injured. And I feel that they should keep the faith and they just need to just try to help manage him with the right kind of medication and medical help. But also, he's young. He's young. The Oos is ridiculously talented. He's too talented of a player to let go. Barcelona would be stupid to let go. And as you said, Sir Dragoon, in your comments, Coutinho is a flop. $150 million failure. The Cannibal is aging. He's aging, and he's no longer as good as he once was. There will come a time when the Lionel Messi era is officially over. The time is coming, and I know Barca fans don't want to hear it, but the time is going to come when Lionel Messi is no longer a Barcelona player, and Barcelona will have to figure out how to operate and how to live life in a world without Messi for Barcelona, because it seems as if he has been in Barcelona for ages. I mean, even the concept, because remember, I'll give you this. We haven't seen a player dominate club football for such a long period of time. Never in the history. As I said again, I don't buy into the whole Messi Cristiano crap. I'm a football purist. I'm a footballing analyst and fan. I don't buy into that nonsense like this and that. Messi has been the sole dominance force for the best part of a decade, perhaps even more. We've never seen that before in the history. And in 2019, right now, the guy is still doing outstanding things. So, just seeing a Barcelona side without Messi will be just so weird. It would be weird, and I think that for Barcelona, what they need... Remember, Barcelona, they've always had a star. Romario, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, and of course Messi. So who is the next star for these guys? So another super chat from Ramian79. Thank you very much for the super chat, Ramian79. You're helping your main man here for Ball Hot get meals and get a drink, because with your donations and your super chats, I can get super malts and I can get pastas. Maldini, the most unlucky player in internationals. So let's think about it right now. He was I think he was in squad in 94. Penalties. 96, I can't remember what happened for them in Euro 96. 98, penalties. Losing to France. Euro 2000. That was the very... No. Euro 2000 was... Yeah, man. That was a tough one. Maldini rather was about 30 or 40 seconds away from winning a Euros. when Del Vecchio scored, and then guess what happened? Wilton happened, and then Trezeguet happened. So that was definitely painful. So that was definitely unlucky. 2002, you could argue, and I think with the reference, I think Maldini has definitely been unlucky. But I think someone in the chat mentioned Ballack, who has been pretty damn unlucky as well for Germany. But I think both of them have been very unlucky, and I think it speaks to the kind of respect that people have, and just the kind of player that Maldini was, that despite him not winning a major international trophy, he still held in such high regard. Just goes, and it's just a testament to the kind of player that he was. Thank you for the super chats. Another super chats here. 197 from CFC Anush. Says Anush, man, you're hitting, man. You're hitting it. Pulisic scored again. He's going to be good for us. Yeah, Pulisic is going to be good. He's not going to be Zad though. He's not a replacement for Zad. And if maybe Chelsea are going to build a very strong team ethos and team cohesion, I think that is going to be good. So maybe Zad leaving and Pulisic coming may be a blessing in disguise, because what's now is that you don't have that star player that people are reliant upon. What you now have is a team that plays as a team and plays much more as a unit, which I think is cool. From Sir Dragoon, Juju Man is the GOAT. Of course he's the GOAT, 100%. He is the GOAT. Juju Man is one of the most iconic members of the Hangers. And the funny thing about... Oh, wow. And the funny thing about Juju Man is this, that Juju Man, he's very similar to me. He's actually very similar to me, because we have... Even if... For me, I think Juju Man... To put it this way, Juju Man is a much more extreme version of myself. That's the best way to put it. Juju Man is a much more extreme version of myself. You know. Man, wow. So, look, shout out to the Football Hot Army. We now have 219 people are in the room. 219, man. Tell you, man, what a journey this Football Hot thing has been. Beginning this in 2010, when I was in my 20s, unemployed, no job, didn't know where the hell I was going. Back in 2019, I just think it's just by, God's grace, and just, thankful that, I can be really preaching the good word of football to your people like this, man. But yeah, I said, look, man, Juju Man is absolutely incredible. So yeah, so Sir Dragon, thank you for that, man. Remember, guys, man, hit that super chat, man. That is my supporting label, because I think what I'm going to be trying to do right now, especially with how I've got this new encoder, hence why I can now stream in HD here, is that we're now going to be doing more live videos. So what I'm going to be doing more of is, I'll still try and do the pre-match and post-match maybe as a separate video, but what I want to do more is, okay, wait, let me even ask you guys, would you prefer me doing pre-match and post-match analysis in this format, or would you want it as a separate video that's not live? So would you prefer a live pre-match analysis, post-match analysis, or would you prefer it to be done offline, separate? Let me see what you guys say. Interesting. I think, you know what, I think I've got it. I believe that pre-match, offline, post-match, live. I think that's what works. I think as far as the preview goes, I think, yeah, there you go. I think preview, that's where I want to be able to focus much more on the analytical aspect and the psychological aspect of the game without any distraction from people. But I just believe that when it's the post-match and we're now reacting to things, obviously I'll give my views, but I think the beauty of a reaction and everything is getting people's views as to what has happened. I think it's good to react as a group. So, yeah, I think post-match, I think would be better doing that as a group, and I think the pre-match is something I will do offline, which means that, guys, whew, because Sunday I've got my day job on Sunday, so I'm just gonna figure out how to do those 4 videos, man. Because I've got 4 previews to do, and I'm also gonna do stuff for the Patreon content as well. And as I was like, I don't have a crew. That's because I prefer to work by myself. You know, again, I'm a lone thinker like that, man. I prefer to work alone. I love the collabs. I really appreciate the collabs, but I don't like relying on collaborations with people. I just do it for fun, you know. So from Ramian79 super chats 499. Thank you, bro. You're a real woman. Van de Beek to Liverpool, goals and assists reminds me of Lampard. Don't need a Coutinho replacement also. They need to join and more squad players. Now, if Liverpool gets Van de Beek, that would be a great signing. Because Van de Beek looks like... See, the thing about Van de Beek is that you have to be very careful. You see, if I'm Van de Beek's agent or advisor, you have to move to the right team. See, Ajax is the right thing for him. If, let's say, Van de Beek was to move to Bayern Munich or to move to Juventus, he wouldn't be as effective as he once was. He needs to play in a team that encourages movement and freedom of play and freedom of spacing. And I think that for Liverpool, that would be a great spot for him. And I think in Van de Beek, he would maybe make for a really effective one of those third midfielders coming through and breaking from midfield, which is pretty much what he does for Ajax. He breaks from midfield. So I think, yeah, as I said to you guys, was Coutinho ever really that good? Can we have an honest conversation about Coutinho? Was Coutinho ever really that good? He was decent. He was right. How good was he? Take away his signature goal that he scores. How good is Coutinho really? Is he that great a playmaker? Is he that great a dribbler? How consistent? Has Coutinho ever had an amazing season? Let's be real. How good is Coutinho? How good is this dude? Bro, I'd drop this dude said I'd drop Coutinho into midfield beside Arthur. Bro, I'd just straight drop the dude, bro. You know, this guy is saying Coutinho is world class. World class according to who? According to your meal. What do you have in your meal, bro? What do you have in your meal? James, guys, give a greeting to our moderator, James, man. James and 14. Give a shout out to them because our moderators are the guys that keep the chats and everything's clean because they have a very, very key job, man. So anybody that says any kind of useless comments, annoying comments, your boy Fortune and your boy James, they're the ones that clean it out. So give a shout out to our moderators, man. You're the real ones, man. Look, forward my Nigerian bro, he'll be on the hangouts this Sunday. He'll be on the hangout this Sunday, and yeah, man. Oh gosh, guys, man, because we have to have a long hangout, Us and the gang will all be back there, man. What is the time now? Oh man. Whew. So what have you all done this weekend, guys? Let me guess. So what have you all done this weekend? Quiet weekend, noisy weekend, gone clubbing. What have you guys been doing this weekend, man? Ha! A Tottenham Barcelona final would be hilarious, bro. That would be flipping hilarious. That would actually be flipping hilarious if that flipping happened. But look, man. I mean, just looking back at oh, guys, man. NBA players, man. Wait, who watched the Trailblazers Nuggets game that went to um, who was it? Fourth overtime. Yeah, look, I told you, man. Shout out to the guys doing that straight to work from home, man. That stuff's great. Okay, guys, look, man, I definitely have to sign on now. I will be back here. So let me think about it. So Sunday. So Sunday, I will be back here. Let me think about this. 9 p.m. So the hangouts we're oh yeah, I'm back live. We are back live. So hangouts will go live 11 p.m. BST, and I will do a live here on 9 p.m. and I might do a Twitch live from perhaps 6 p.m. So I'll see you there because guys, I literally have a splitting headache. I've hardly slept. But I just thought, look, man, I have to give my people love, man. I'm going to keep my people love. So I will see you guys here again tomorrow. I think tomorrow we'll just cut it up, chat, and guys, we're going to build up to Tuesday, Wednesday. Put it this way. If it's a Barcelona-Tottenham final, UEFA should cut it off. No offense to Tottenham. I love Tottenham. I have the full respect for them. If it's a Tottenham Barcelona final, we're looking at a reincarnation in Champions League final form. Guys, it's been swell. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Peace. Take care and have a blessed weekend. Stay safe. Eat your veggies. Eat food. Have fun. Be fruitful. Stay lovely. Peace.